Monica Makes It Happen podcast is proudly supported by Goya. If it's Goya, it has to be good. And by JP Morgan Chase, New York's hometown bank for over 225 years.
Hi, everybody. It is the Monica Makes It Happen podcast number 15. I am so honored to have Linda Hoffman here, the president of the New York Foundation for Senior Citizens, on my podcast. It is a dream come true. The reason being is, I love housing heroes, and you are a housing hero, and your programs do so much good. So I can't wait to tell our audience all about the good works that you're doing and the free programs too. We love free programs. Thank you for being on.
Oh my goodness, Monica, thank you for inviting me. I am such a fan of yours. And
Peter's a fan.
There's
Peter
a special
Hoffman.
reason why, Monica.
Oh.
Because I'm a social worker, and although you're not a social worker, you are instinctively a caring and warm and positive thinking person who also wants to help people help themselves. And you are helping people. And that's what social work is all about.
That means so much coming from you, because I know you went to Columbia. We love Columbia University. We had Ty Lawson on telling his story. He's incredible from Columbia. But back to you. It's incredible. You have so many programs. It's 35 programs, right, to help New Yorkers. You have 10 buildings.
Yes, we do.
And you are now, there's an exciting new program for home repair that, let's say someone's watching, may need some help with their repairs at home. Tell me about it.
Well, this is a program that provides substantial repairs and modifications. It's called Access to Home.
I love that name.
And it's for people who are handicapped over the age of 18. Usually we only help older people. So this is for people over the age of 18 who are physically limited, physically handicapped, and need substantial repairs or modifications in their home in order to remain safe. So for example, we have a woman who we're now going to be helping who has a outside staircase that, first of all, the steps are broken, which we are going to be repairing. Secondly, there's no railing, and she walks with a walker. She has ambulatory problems, and she has difficulty because it's very scary for her to walk in and out of her house, to get in and out of her house without having a railing.
Are you listening to this? You're amazing,
But then
Linda.
there's another
This is amazing stuff. I mean, you know how many emails I get, people, and your phone, and you want people calling you, which is, you're going to get the phone number in just a minute. But
I know, I thought no one would be calling after we got this grant, but let me tell you, already, we just started. There are 12 people that have already signed up.
That's incredible.
We have another woman who has, unfortunately, no bathroom on her ground floor. She has a downstairs, upstairs, and a basement. And she has to use the basement bathroom during the day or go up the stairs at night. Going down to her basement, there's no railing on one side and a half of a railing on the other side. So we're going to be creating a new bathroom for her on her ground floor.
This is music to my ears because, all I've done is help people with repairs for almost 10 years now. And your program is so special. It's just,
it is.
And it's so needed right now.
It really is.
And you fought for it. You really fought for it. If you didn't, you're so tenacious. And that's what it takes, because there's so much red tape to make things happen. And you do it so gracefully and fast.
Well, it's very rewarding after fighting so hard and knowing there's such a great need. And then having people calling and knowing that we can really help them, and they needed the help out there, because otherwise they could have ended up in nursing homes or hospitals or whatever. We're very fortunate the state provided the funding for this program for us.
Thank you, New York State, for that. That is so great. And it's always about the funding. Coming up after this next commercial break, we're going to talk with Linda Hoffman about her other programs. And you're gonna home sharing is one of my favorite programs. That's coming up. It's kind of like The Odd Couple meets eHarmony. That's after the break. All right, we're back. And let's talk about, you have another repair program as well?
Yes. That one's 44 years old as opposed to our, this month, program, Access to Home, was just recent. It's just called Minor Home Repairs Program. It's funded by the New York City Aging Department. And we've been doing this, as I said, 44 years. We have all types of repairs, but we don't go behind the walls. But we do grab bars. We install them on walls or just those that go on the bathtubs. Yeah. We do, by the way, we're in the process now of summarizing people's homes so that we're actually doing weather stripping to make sure that if there's any drafts, that no heat comes through. We're installing air conditioners, cleaning gutters of people's homes. Did you say
air conditioners? You know, my audience loves air conditioning. So you're installing that if someone needs help?
Yes.
It's incredible.
In the summer, we put them back into the windows. In the winter, we store them.
And this is free?
Yes, it's all free. All of our programs are free of charge.
We love that. Clapping, clapping, clapping about that. Now, talk to me about home sharing. I've been obsessed with this program, Home Sharing.
My favorite.
Such a great program. So many people watching are going to want to do it.
This is really, really rewarding because, you know, in the city of New York, the greatest need, especially among seniors, is affordable housing. And the list, we have affordable housing ourselves. We built affordable housing.
10 buildings.
And so
beautiful buildings.
But the lists are so long and wait lists. And what we are able to do is we find people who want to share their homes with others, and we are able to then, with our social work staff, or masters
they really are.
Social work,
they can match. How do they
angelic.
Do that, by the way?
Amazing, the way they really do very comprehensive intake screenings. They also, we also require 3 references from unrelated people, professional people on professional letterheads.
So there's a lot of vetting that goes on here. So
yeah, and we also do background checks for those who cannot get, because older people sometimes don't have the relationships out in the community. So we will do background checks to make sure that people are appropriate for home sharing. We also check to make sure that they're people who want to be the host, have their names on the leases, have their names on the deeds. We also check to make sure that the income of those who want to be the guests are appropriate, check paychecks and so forth. So we're very, very careful. This is not quite like a dating service where you see somebody's pictures online and, you know, have a date with them. This is not how it works.
No.
And once we actually determine that they're appropriate for matching, then we have something called Quick Match. And Quick Match is we have 31 different objective requests as to how much the host wants to receive toward household expenses, how much the guests are able to pay, whether pets are allowed into the homes. By the way, we just matched somebody the other day with with a cat, whether there's alcohol allowed in the home, whatever.
So animals are allowed? Animals?
Yeah. We've matched hosts and guests who have had animals.
Oh, it's
sure.
Wonderful. I love that.
They
Dogs
get along,
and cats
usually,
get along.
they get along.
And it's all because we need affordable housing, and that's what makes people so excited about this program. It's a great way to stay in the city.
It's another option in the city of New York for affordable housing. And one example of something really interesting is that we had a woman who applied to be a guest, and she was about to be matched with someone she had chosen as an appropriate host, and suddenly one of our buildings opened up. She had been on the list for ages.
Yes.
The wait list.
We know these lists. Everyone reaches out to me about these lists.
And a vacancy occurred, and she is now in our building.
Wow.
So we kind of a continuum of service here.
People are going to fall in love with you because they always reach out to me like, how do I get in these lists? What's your best advice to someone who might be struggling to afford to live in New York City and they may be over 60 and they're really struggling? What would you tell them?
Call us.
We love that. That's an easy one.
962-7559. That's
She's serious.
212-962-7559. We will guide you. We will help you. We will support you. And we have really top-notch professional New York State licensed social workers thank you, who will be there to help you throughout the process and make sure whatever services you need will be provided seamlessly.
You know, you're probably one of the only people that would give their number. Like, and say, call me.
I was ready to give my
I'm not
cell
giving
phone
my
number.
phone number out. I'm just email. Okay, no, I'm just kidding. But we like to help too.
Also, please go on our website, which is nyfsc.org. nyfsc.org. If you can't find it, just look up Senior Citizens New York. You'll find it.
It's so easy to remember because you just the first letters of each word, New York Foundation for Senior Citizens. So NYFSC. nyfsc.org.
Yeah.
Now, coming up after the commercial break, we're going to do our usual wrap up, which is a speed round. You won't want to miss this. It's coming up after the break. I know you're going to get so many phone calls. That's coming up. All right, we're back, and it's our speed round. I'm with Linda Hoffman, the president of the New York Foundation for Senior Citizens. Are you ready for our infamous speed round now of questions?
I hope so. I don't know. Throw them at me. Hard balls or softballs? What do we get?
This is going to be my favorite speed round. So tell me, what do you consider your biggest success?
That's very difficult. You asked me that earlier.
That's a hard question. I know. I hate doing this to you.
You know what? I go back to home sharing because it's really interesting. In the beginning, we had to only do 10 matches. We got very little funding from a legislator, and that was like 44 years ago.
Did you say 44 years ago?
44 years ago.
That's
and
incredible.
We combined that funding with one social worker who would not only do home sharing, but would do respite care, which is short-term in-home care for the frail elderly who have caregivers and whose caregivers need time off.
So if someone needs affordable home care for their loved one or for themselves, if they're over the age of 60, what do?
Call us, 212.
And it's respite care is what it's called.
It's $19.10 an hour paid directly to the home care worker. We do not make any profit, whereas it's $30 to $35 an hour now for a home care agency, which is a for-profit. We are a not-for-profit, and it's affordable. People who are older, who live on fixed incomes, they really are very grateful for this service, and they're top-notch home care workers. We vet them. We make sure that they're appropriate for going into people's homes. We vet the seniors who need the service, and it's really, it saves people from going into institutions, because if I'm being cared by a loved one, and that loved one has to go away, who do I get left with? And pay $35 an hour?
Yeah, I can't afford that.
Yeah.
Can't afford that. So expensive. And I was going to ask you your biggest regret. I always say success, biggest regret. But I know what your biggest regret is, that people don't know about these programs and they might be suffering right now.
And thanks to you, the world will know.
I really hope so. Well, at least
and
you two.
We need to do outreach. We need to reach everyone who needs our services. They're, again, free of charge, and with highly qualified, licensed New York State social workers. It's really a win-win for everyone. And thank you for really helping us do this,
Linda,
and doing God's work.
You're doing God's work. Why are you in such a mission to do this? I mean, I know, but what would you like to share with our audience? Some people would say it's just thankless work. It's so hard.
It's innate.
And I know.
It's innate. Like you, Monica.
Yeah.
And my mother, and I think your mother too, who I knew.
Yes. Oh, she was an
God bless
angel
them both.
on earth.
Were really warm, caring, loving people who really wanted to make things better for people. And whenever they knew there was a problem, they went after whatever was necessary to solve it. And that's what you're doing, and that's what I'm doing. And we want change. We want to create positive social change. When we see a problem, we go from A to Z. How are we going to fix it? And we fix it as fast as we can. It's
pretty exceptional, right? And Dave's behind the camera. Our Dave Kimmel. That's why we look so fabulous with all the lighting. Dave Kimmel is behind the camera. And he's going to be on my show Memorial Day. Don't forget to watch Memorial Day. So is Linda. We're going to do a special All-American show honoring our Ellis Island medalists, Medal of Honor winners. And Linda received one because of all of her hard work. And you know what? You really are an inspiration, Linda. And I'd like to say she's the reason why I have the Monica Makes It Happen segment, because you were inspiring me to help people, because I just wanted to follow your lead. I saw you and how effective you were.
You have an innate personality to care for people and to help people help themselves and resolve whatever problems they identify.
Well, I didn't always do that, though. It was when I saw you in action and how you actually practically did it with politicos, people, everyday people, and of course, you know, just doing it yourself. You do a lot of it yourself. I mean, you have a beautiful team, but you're so driven to do this. I always ask as an ending, is there anything else you wanted to add?
We love New York. We love older adults, and we want to make life for older adults the best party they've ever attended every single day throughout their lives. And that's our mission, to keep people at home, in their communities, and in a dignified and healthy and happy way.
I really think the work you do too is like the fountain of youth, Linda, because you look like you're like 39 over here, but it must be the secret to you looking so young as well. But I always ask the ending, who should I have on my next podcast?
Well, I think the most phenomenal person in aging at this point is Lorraine Cortez Vasquez, the commissioner on the New York City Department for the Aging.
What a fabulous, you know what? We're going to have to do that. I hope she's watching. And I do know her people. Greg, if you're watching, we are going to reach out to her team. What a great suggestion.
Yeah.
Thank you, Linda Hoffman, for being here.
Thank you for having me. What a wonderful event to be on this.
She's making it happen.